Well, today we're going to do a Middle Eastern dish that I grew up on called yabra. That's Arabic. Middle Eastern also refers to these as tomatos in Greek, grape leaves in American, and rolled cabbage is probably what you know, but the Arabs and the Middle Eastern people use grape leaves. They're very flexible. You can buy them at the store. This is the Orlando brand. They're very good. California grape leaves. They come in a jar, very tightly packed. I usually will take them and put them into water like that to make them a little more supple so that you can work with them. But the first thing that you want to do is cut the vein of the grape leaf out, the stem part right here. It's a little hard to work with. Some people will cut these into a V, laying the grape leaf out like this, cutting this way and this way to take care of it. I just simply wrap it up like this, take the knife, come up a little bit like this, cut it off, end up with this part which can be thrown away, and then there's my grape leaf ready to put the stuffing in and to roll. All right, we're ready for our next step, which is going to be to make the stuffing that goes in the grape leaves. And what we're going to use is a pound of ground beef. This happens to be 2.48 pounds. We're going to take about half of this, a little less. We're going to use a half a cup of uncooked rice. Uncle Ben's original rice is usually a real good choice on this. Uncle Ben's been making yabrak for a lot of years. Adds probably pretty close to a pound. So we'll break this up to make our mixture. Just pour that in here, like that. A traditional yabrak, or grape leaves in the Middle East, is made with lamb, but since we have the ability to have a lot of cattle over here in the U.S., we can do it either way. I've had both. The lamb has a tendency to taste a little more on the wild side. This onion, and then I'm going to grate it down a little bit. I'm going to use this little machine. This is kind of cool. And what you can also do is put this stuff in a blender. It works pretty well. That part, plus that, is done. And we are ready to go to the next step. So we've done that. I add different things to my mix. Obviously, I add the mint flake, and you can do this to your flavor. I love mint. I put a little basil in. I'll toss just a little bit of garlic in just to give it some additional flavor, like that. And we're now ready to add a little salt and pepper to the mixture. And we'll reach over and grab some salt. And another real cool Middle Eastern spice that they use a lot of is cinnamon. So we'll throw a little cinnamon in on this too, just to add flavor. It brings all those flavors together. Finally, the last thing we're going to do is we're going to take some stewed tomatoes, and I'm going to open the can, and we're going to put that in there to make our mixture. And we'll mix it all up by hand, and then we're going to be ready to start rolling the grape leaves. This is the gooey but fun part. And you're going to mix this all up so it's a real fine filling. Take a little bit of real lemon juice and just kind of squirt a couple of squirts in there. Pretty good stuff. And this, you can use real lemon, squeezed lemon, or you can use this, whatever you decide. And I'll mix this back in so it all mixes together. And now we are ready to put our first grape leaves together with the shiny side of the leaf down. Okay. Going to take just a just a smidgen. Probably the easiest thing to do wrong in this mixture is taking too much. So you start it like right down here, just set a little bit up like that, and then you'll just simply roll it in a couple of times, like that. And you're going to take and fold the flap in to the left, fold the flap into the right, pull it to you, and then very tightly just roll down. That is how you do a grape leaf. We've got about 5,000 more of these to do, so we'll catch you on the other side and show you how we put them in the pan and cook them. All right, getting ready to put the pre-made grape leaves into this pan. There's a little trick that the old country used to do. First of all, you would take some leaves that you don't use and you line the bottom of the pan. Adds a little flavor, probably a little protection from the heat. So as you can see how that looks, they're all nicely lined in there. And then you just will take the grape leaf and just start arranging them in the bottom of the pan, and then we're going to add some more tomato juice and water when we cook them. Well, we've now completed making the rolled grape leaves. Remember my grandmother, when I was a little kid, going down to the Wabash River in Indiana and actually picking these things wild. Talk about a great taste. And we still have a little bit of the mix left, so what I usually do is just sprinkle it in over here. It'll cook up, it'll be just fine. I'm out of grape leaves and don't want this to go to waste. You could save this, I suppose, bag it, use it for another day. But this stuff is so good when you eat it. You just have to devour it all at one time. It's always fresh, makes a great lunch, and so forth. So the last thing we're going to do is we have the juice left from the can of grape leaves when they came in. So I'm just going to pour that over these. Gives it that nice wild taste. I'm going to add a little bit more tomato. Sure, I added some additional spices, a little bit of oregano, a little more mint, a little more cinnamon on top just to bring it down. More crushed or stewed tomatoes, whatever you like. And now we're ready to turn on the heat and let this thing cook for about 20 to 35 minutes, depending on how you like them. We're going to turn the heat on medium. How the yabrak are doing. I bet they're about finished.